It's the most obvious free agent that AEW could have their eyes on, and there may be a part of me deep down that wants to see it. However, that part is my heart, okay? It's not my head, okay? And my head is telling me that WWE values KO a whole lot more than TK could ever dream of.
Well, I think there's also enough like crossover that Kevin has, friendships with people in AEW that I think he would know that he's probably not going to be used in the way that he would want to be in AEW. And there's a reason why some of these people that jumped ship are out already. Like I think Kevin might be in a league of his own above a lot of those people, but at the same time, it's like we've seen a pattern where people from WWE go to AEW and maybe they're hot for like a month or two and then they kind of like fizzle off unless they're a founding member of AEW or they're like Mercedes. You know what I mean? But it's like otherwise it's like I'm waiting for the Ricochet stuff to kind of like end. Like that's going to come to an end at some point. Like he's the hot commodity right now, but in like a month or two, he's not going to be doing a whole lot more in my eyes than what he was doing in WWE. I feel like that's just like the inevitable fate of what's to come. So I think Kevin Owens is a WWE guy for life, unless we get any indication that that's not the truth. I don't see him leaving. Like they're saying, the current rumor right now is that WWE is working on like over a dozen contracts that are set to expire or whatever.
Yeah.
So Kevin Owens, I feel like, I mean, he's a constant feature no matter where he is. He was one of the top guys in NXT. He's been a top guy on Raw. He's been a top guy on SmackDown. He's constantly a top merch seller. Even if it's not the top 5, he's going to be in the top 10, top 15.
I buy all the time.
Yeah, so I don't see him leaving. I don't blame AEW for being interested. I mean, especially his connection to the Young Bucks. Like, hello, yeah, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
That's the only reason I could see him jumping over there. It seems like a lot like WCW with the blank checkbook that they have with TK. And that's great and dandy for a short time, but in the long term, it works better for WWE for him to stay with WWE because it's steady. Your work schedule, it is not like how it was years ago where you're traveling. They even announced again today that they are lightening the live events load, and you can raise a family. Like his focus right now is not to become WWE champion again. If it was, he would have defeated Cody Rhodes or he'd be long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just wants to be a WWE superstar and be a father. And WWE understands that you need to have a healthy work-life balance. I see years ago, if this was KO right out of ROH and PWG and into NXT, and then it didn't work out in the main roster, yeah, like 2016, 2018 maybe. But like
Vince
now,
McMahon's
no.
WWE,
Yeah. 1,000%.
Especially 1,000%. Based on what they were doing near the end of, when he left and Triple H took over. Like if that continued, then yeah, I would understand why Kevin would be like, bye, but it's a totally different vibe.
Totally different.
And
everyone says it.
And with AEW too, it's like money only goes so far. Like I don't want it's easy for me to connect it to the NFL because hello, that's part of my job. But there's a reason why players will stay with a team even if they're losing and they're nowhere near a Super Bowl, or they're, because they like where they're at, or they'll take less money to stay somewhere because they like where they're at. They don't always thrive by going to the place that's going to give them the most money because it's not always a good fit. And that works in the wrestling sphere too. So it feels like Kevin Owens is is an AEW guy till he retires. I don't see that changing.
Don't either. I really don't.